What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. All right, crude oil hitting its highest level since 2014. And yesterday, AMC earnings call, leaving a lot of unanswered questions. In this video, I'm going to break everything down for you. Let's get right into it. First off, the entire market did very well. This volatility is still wild. You're seeing these entire indexes moving 2.5%. Small caps getting some love today. If you take a look at crude oil, currently at $111 a barrel. I think it got up to about 113, 114 intraday. It's its highest level since 2014. Not only is it affecting everybody directly at the pump, but all of your commodities such as groceries and such get affected by this as well, because everything is transported by trucks, which burn a lot of fuel. This is only the beginning. All right, there are some analysts that do see this getting to $130 to $150 a barrel. I hope not. I hope that, there can be some changes over the next few weeks to really combat this, especially because we are going into the summer months. But let's talk about AMC earnings call. Specifically, I had tweeted this about 5:50 yesterday during the call. It says AMC retail 90%, BlackRock, Vanguard, where are your shares at? So first of all, I have been, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've talked about the massive discrepancies that are now just in plain sight when it comes to, the number of shares owned. And this is what is publicized, because what's publicized has to be taken with a grain of salt, What I mean by that is, in my opinion, these numbers can very easily be underreported and be okay. However, if they're overreported, that's when serious repercussions can happen. All right. And a lot of people have said only 90%, only 90%. Well, if you were listening to the call yesterday, Adam Aaron had clearly stated, all right, that if there was any lawyers listening to this call, that this is exactly what he meant. He was instructed to do that, and he was very careful at what he said. So it is okay for him, in my opinion, to report something at a level that could be, towards the upper end per se. However, it is a little bit underinflated. If he had gone out and immediately stated, let's say there's 150%, 200%, that could cause some serious grounds, for some heavy lawsuits. That as a company CEO, his direct job is to improve the company, oversee the company, grow the company, and provide value to the shareholders in a direct fashion. His job is not to, fight, hedge fund manipulation on the open market. That's not what his job directly is. But here's where things get a little bit dicey. And actually, this is somebody had sent this over to me. Now, I've showed Fintel for quite some time, and this is just one third-party provider, but it clearly states 36.5% institutional shares long. So all of these are shares that are long. Shorted shares, I know people are talking about that 100 million number. However, that could be a little bit misconstrued. The reason being for that is technically somebody else is buying those shares. So I don't know if you would add those, 100 million on top of the entire float that's long from institutions and long from retail. But not even including any of the short shares, you're clearly over that, 100%, which what it should be. And like I said, this number can be a little bit different when you're looking at which third-party provider, is reporting this. I've seen 31%, 34%, and so forth. I will come on here, and actually somebody had tweeted this back to me. He wrote, "That's wrong." I don't really understand, in deeper fashion what he's talking about. But this is directly from the Bloomberg terminals, which I don't have access to Bloomberg. I did for a little while. This is something I probably want to look back into getting a subscription to now that, just naturally my trading career has moved forward. However, when I did have this a few years ago, I was definitely not at the level to be able to, properly utilize, especially for the fee that they charge. But it does show almost, elevated around that 36 to let's say anywhere from 31 to 39%, and a serious change in positions, positive 102% going forward. Now, what does all of this mean for the short term? Does this mean immediate action is going to be taken? No, but like I said in the past few videos, it's becoming more in plain sight. Okay. And there's clearly retail is not leaving. All right. Now, if you do want to ask the question, how does Adam Aaron know that 90% number? Well, there are specific platforms similar to the Bloomberg terminals that, hedge funds and institutions have access to, that talks about retail sentiment. Where is retail money flowing into? Okay. And what are the percentage of shares owned by retail? So he could be getting that number from there. Now, inevitably, that is still a third party provider. So that 90% still could be misconstrued. And while I do think that is on the lower end, to be able to be on the safe side, okay, like I said, underreporting, okay, is, in order for lawsuit purposes, much safer than an over reporting. Okay. But inevitably, like I said, this is coming into plain sight, to where their ability to be able, to suppress the price and to be able to short this continuously, all right, on the same, facet that they have been, is going to run out. Now, that does not mean that the price is going to go to where you exactly want it to go, all right, inevitably. But when that wheel changes, it's all about supply and demand when it comes to. So the buying pressure will change into. If you are waiting, I do see this a lot. If you are waiting for the price to change, and if you've been in this play for a long period of time, there still is no better time, especially with the volatility we have right now. Even if you're not utilizing your money, okay, you can open up a free TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, paper trading account and learn. Okay, every single day I put out a watch list. And if you watch this, all right, I am completely unbiased, all right, to an extent, going in every single day. There are some days I'm more bullish than bearish, but it's never where I only play one side. And every single day, these, especially with these options, they move anywhere from 20 to 30% every single day. Some of them move even today at over 100% runners. They move every single day because you're understanding key levels and you're not being biased. You're open to be able to play the long side. You're open to be able to play the short side. All right. And like I said, there's no better time to be able to learn, especially if you're waiting for AMC to do its thing. If you are read in your position, the stock market isn't going anywhere. And like I said, this is a skill that you can literally be able to repeatedly, provide income for yourself and your family every single day. So guys, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.